Join together to make this season bright in my own strategic way. And I'm so excited to have a few people that's dear to me musically that can help interpret and help it bring more joy to you. So check this out. Today we're going to actually start our review. Our review, the first artist for the 12 Days Before Christmas is going to be Daniel Hart. But I kind of want to go over something that I wrote that kind of interpretate and convey what gospel music really is to me. So pretty much life is an enigma to many. I find the art form of gospel music, it borderlines the mysterious with faith, and it derives one's faith with strategic help. So I find joy in analyzing people's concept of faith. So gospel music pretty much is a lot of people's concept of faith because the delivery, their message, it comes from their faith. And that's how they execute it, because when they deliver it, they're delivering it in their faith. So that's a little bit, also too, just like a photo that's depicted is understood by different elements. So with collective understanding, it brings about revelation. Okay? All right, here we go. So we're going to get started. I'm going to give you a little history on Daniel Hart. Oh, before I do that, I do have a book I would like to actually just share with you all. This is A City Called Heaven, Chicago and the Birthplace of Gospel Music. Very colorfully written, and it really goes into detail why Chicago is the mecca of gospel music. Talks about the migration to the northern city, state, Chicago, Bronzeville, and it talks about how they carry the music, their soulful music, with them to this strange land, and you know, from that point on, it began to flourish into what we have today, which is gospel music. Find It. This is by one of my idols, Brother Bob Marriage. All right, so clap your hands for him up there. All right, so here we go. So Daniel Hart, she was born October 6, 1938. She was born October 6, 1938 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Danielle's father's name was William Butler Jones. Her mom was Danielle Jones. At the primitive age of 3, she started packing at an upright piano. From numerous of sources, she started playing at a church at the age of 12. Imagining with her great voice in mind, many people expected nothing less than the timeless and profound legacy that we have today from Danabelle Hall. While yet under her parents' care, Danabelle and her two younger sisters began singing as a trio, the Jones Sisters. Danabelle moved to the West Coast at the age of 17, right around 1955. She married Charles G. Hall. From this union, she had Charles Jr., Charlotte, and Cynthia, all in San Francisco, California. In 1968, 69, right around there, at the age of 30, she formed the Gospel Quartet. And she named them the Danabelles. So there's a lot of Danabelles in there. She used their name a lot. Matter of fact, it's very peculiar. It's a very unique name. This group, they released an album on Action Records right out in San Mateo, California. I'm telling you, you gotta listen to it. Like, it's pretty good. Like, it's timeless music. Their presentation, everything was just pretty much timeless. It literally, if you listen to it, you would think that you were in 2019. So the album was entitled "Making the Most of Today," a song that Danabelle wrote to encourage one to fulfill today with productivity and with great attitude. The sound has, pretty much this sound has gospel music, contemporary sound, greatly recorded on this record, the Danabelles. And then her sound was very similar to Andre Crouch. Andre, as I know, he actually wrote a song on this particular album entitled, I Didn't Think It Could Be. Pretty much really good song. You could tell that he was at the beginning of his career, and you can definitely hear a young, vibrant Andre Crouch depicted in the piano playing on this particular song. Now let me back up for a moment. So in 1972, Danabelle joined the Disciples and had a very highly successful tenure. Now, because this review is highlighted on a project she released in her solo career, I'm going to place a pin right here, but I'm going to go back. However, she created timeless history with the Disciples. Let me just throw this in. She's also featured lead on the song Soon and Very Soon. Soon and Very Soon, we want to see the King. You all know that song. Started with a lot of front rows. Hopefully everybody's going to see the King.
Absolutely.
Okay, but to my knowledge, her solo career, it dates back to 1974.
Yep.
On the Light Records, she released her self-titled album, Danabelle.
Yep.
Yeah, so on Light Records, she released her self-titled album, Danabelle. Light Records was founded by Ralph Carmichael. Ralph was born in Quincy, Illinois in 1927. He was a writer and arranger also, and also he was a violinist. Later, in 1951, Ralph became personally acquainted with Reverend Billy Graham. So he did a lot of work with Billy Graham in this particular time. He also began to compose a few television sitcoms like I Love Lucy, Bonanza. 1966, he founded Light Records. It was literally a heavy source for black gospel music in this particular time. So Danabelle, to my knowledge, has 3 full albums on the Light Record. The last album, which we are reviewing today, is entitled He Is King. However, in 1983, it was re-released on Onyx Records, pretty much a record company that was founded by Brother John Smith and Joe Field, and that was done in 1971. Gentrell McCreary, whom already had a prolific repertoire, he was like one of the first African Americans to be an executive employed by the Word and Light and Benson Records. Pretty much a great accomplishment at that particular time. You have an African American that's an executive for large companies at this particular time, are actually giving the opportunity for a lot of blacks in this art form of gospel music the opportunity to have a voice heard. So, and he's also recognized as the one that discovered Reverend James Moore. All right, so check this out. Let's get to this review. Listen, this music here is phenomenal. The first song that I want to play on here, matter of fact, so this is the first album. This was released on Light Records, and then in 1983, she was signed to that other label, and she released this same album. Just changed the cover. Literally, the song selection is the exact. Music is the exact. Literally, it just put it out, reproduced it on a different label. So let's listen to He Is King. Hopefully you all enjoy it. Put you in the season for Christmas, I don't know what will. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things that was going on in there. The horn player was Tommy Lokey. He was a very prominent horn player back in this particular time. He also played for the Gap Band, and he did a lot of work with Charlie Wilson. Mm-hmm. So that was phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. And I'm gonna just read this too as well. It's just a little bit of it. So this is like kind of like the liner notes that was on the original recording that was, distributed out. So the idea for this Christmas album was condensed on a hot, muggy night in Dallas, July at 1973, the CBA convention. Wow, a muggy, hot night. Really? Is it hot in Dallas?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
It ain't got nothing on. It ain't got nothing on Phoenix.
No. Not really though.
Oh, I forget. I used to stay in Arlington. So listen, Andre Krause. They're at a particular. I'm paraphrasing now. They were at a program, and Andre Krause he took a breath and announced that Dannerville would take over at the piano and sing songs. And well, the next 8 minutes, literally the crowd was just at awe. Like they couldn't even understand what was going on. She's sitting at the piano just blowing out all of these beautiful harmonies out her mouth. It was just great. So listen, I'm not gonna play every song, nor am I going to play all of the songs all the way through, so we don't like our time cautious. But however, you get the drift. Hopefully, some of this music help you, say, hey, Jesus is the reason for the season, and I might as well be jolly, right? All right. So this is the. I want to do a way in a major. That sounds like Sunday night when we're gonna make her play. She sounds beautiful. Sounds like Maddie Moss a little bit.
No, man.
So that was a beautiful rendition. Did you hear all of the music and everything that was going on there? That was really beautiful. Like, when I listened to this particular LP, I'm just like, I'm appalled. I'm so happy to know that in this particular time, the creativity that was being distributed out, was amazing. It only lets me know, in the future where we're going, it's going to be just like words won't even be able to describe the different new inventions that we're going to be able to come up with in gospel music. Because this right here is definitely timely. It sounds like it was there in 2019. So I'm going to play one more song from off of this particular album. And then we're going to have Robert Hawkins come bless us. And Kate play those keys. Oh, I know why.
Is
Listen, now I can dive into that like literally all night long. Like you hear a lot of the Clark sisters' tone in there. Definitely hear Karen's tone. Delivery-wise, so much like Lady Ross Clark. But listen, that's it. I salute you, Denver Hall. You've done a wonderful job. Of course, now she's deceased. Rest in peace. But literally, thank you for all your contribution to the art form of gospel music. We'll never ever be forgotten. You've done a wonderful job. Thank you for just being who you were created to be. Also, along with Andre Crouch. So that's it. So that's Miss Denver Hall. He is king. And just to note that the first song I actually had, I had the disc on the wrong side. So I was playing a different song than He is King. But if you look on YouTube, you'll be able to find it, all right? So now we're going to call Robert Hawkins over here for one quick second here. Can you make sure he's in there for me, Trinetta? Make sure he's in there. So listen. While we doing all this, I forgot to tell you all, listen, I am at home. As you see, I have PJs on. And I took my time and just made me some hot cocoa with marshmallow. I didn't even get a chance to open up the caramel. Okay. But come on, caramel. Caramel?
Carmel Ministry on my shut up.
Caramel. I thought you said cornmeal.
That's what I thought you said.
Like cornmeal.
Okay. And I got some peanut butter cookies over there.
Oh, my shut up.
You feel a shout over there?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
All right, so listen. Don't start. Listen. Oh, absolutely. And hopefully, before I start with Robert Hawkins, I'm so happy that he's here. If you look on my wall, you can tell that I really appreciate people with gospel music because it's definitely an art form that should be celebrated because it's therapeutic. It allows people it gives people hope and courage to, make it through life due to, life's adversities and obstacles that come in life. So, speaking of obstacles and adversities that come in life, Robert Hawkins is here.
What's up, y'all?
And he's traveling around the country and now international.
Ah, glory to him.
Singing the praises of God and encouraging lives all over. Definitely, he is an internet sensation. And I say that, and I do mean that because we have to embrace the technology that we have today because literally in every time dispensation, people embrace technology or what's happening. So he's embracing the opportunity to reach so many via social media. And I'm so happy for you to be here, Eric.
I'm so excited to be here all the way in Phoenix in the warm weather.
Listen, tell us a little bit how you got started with singing gospel music.
Well, I grew up, of course, what's up, family? Y'all know that about my family. Grew up singing, same story. 8 years old was my first solo by Shirley Caesar.
Shirley Caesar.
Jesus, I love calling your holy name.
Can you hand me that record right? Hand me the both of those.
Oh, you got it?
Right.
I don't have that particular song, but I'm going to show the people this here, though. This is the old one here. This is First Lady of Gospel.
That's right. And still be going at it.
Can everybody see that?
Still be going hard. The Shirley Caesar, Dr. Pastor.
She did a phenomenal job with Reverend Clay.
She did.
All right, go ahead. Continue.
But I just grew up singing, and that was my first solo. And I was around music, and I was the small churches. You the choir director, you the lead singer, you the usher, everything. So I just been around music all my life, and I did my first live recording in the year 2004.
Awesome.
And then I released my first actual single in the year 2016.
Awesome. So now I want to ask you this, and hopefully your response can be therapeutic to people out there now, and most certainly in the future that's going to watch it. Why do you do what you do?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, number one, I believe that I'm called to do it.
Okay.
And the reason why I believe I'm called to do it is because God has definitely made provisions for me. All my provisions are made. He gave me the talent and the ability to use it for His glory. So I believe that's why.
Awesome. So tell me something that was inspiring to you, that was a reaction of someone that was inspired by you.
Well, who I was inspired by was one, John P. Key.
Okay.
John P. Key had his group, back in the day, and I just used to love that type of style, and the singers and the band, and just his style, his vibe was just, I loved it. Absolutely. And so he actually inspired me. I remember one day I had me and a drummer at the church. It was after church. It was just him and I. He was on the drums, and I was actually had a mic, and I was acting like I was John P. Key. I was acting like I was John P. Key. Mm-hmm. And so that's kind of like I had a vision, like, oh, I'm about to have a group. So the next time I got invited to sing somewhere, I used to always sing solo when I was young. So I got a group of people together, and we did that one gig, and it was phenomenal. Awesome. And then I just asked them, I said, y'all want to stay together? And it was like, yeah, and we became Unified Praise all the way back in 2003 and 4.
Robert, listen, like I said before, shouts out to Harold Bailey. He produced, and he's over a show entitled Conversations with the Gospel Legend. And it was a pivot point in that interview that caused me to kind of go into detail about why I do what I do. Okay. And one thing that I said that I'm always cautious to the Spirit. Well, I'm trying to be more cautious to the Spirit. Now, I don't know who may be watching. I know this is improv, but can you give us a little bit of Sooner or Later? Just a little bit.
It won't always be like this. Said the Lord, He will perfect that concerning this. Said it sooner or later. Said it's turn in your favor. You gotta believe it for yourself that it's turning around for you. The one that's watching right now, the one that's going through something right now, said it's turning around for your kids. It's turning around in your home. Said it is turning around. Now point to yourself and say, for me.
Stay right there. Now, right here, I tell the people one of the most, something that God done for you that still causes you to be amazed that you may have never felt that you would ever be able to overcome.
Well, for those that's watching, one thing that keeps me going on a weekly basis, no matter what, is God healed me from drug addiction. I was addicted to crack cocaine for many, many years, and God delivered me. I'm going on actually 5 years of celebrating being free from drug addiction. So that is one thing that took all over my life. But what the devil meant for bad, God definitely turned around for my good. And I'm so excited that I'm still here in my right mind to tell my own story. Because somebody else can tell it, but He allowed me to live to tell my own story.
And with that being said and done, is the Lord the great I am?
He is the great I am.
I feel that in my spirit.
He is the great I am. He's the King. You are the great I am. Say worship the Lord. His praise will sing. Shouting on the earth that Jesus is way out, He's my way over, He's my way through. Oh, yeah. Say, for He is the great I am.
Sing, Robert.
The Lord is the great I am. Yes, He is. Said He made a way out of no way, the great I am.
you ought to love on somebody. And when you love on somebody, you can definitely change a life. And when you love on people, you inspire people. And when we as a people are inspired, we most certainly do better at aiming towards our goals and our dreams. Now, there's a lot of chaos in society today, and a lot of people are just looking for peace. So they're turning to different avenues to try to find peace when peace can be found in the Lord. So I charge you this season to love on somebody. You know, if you go in the store and you see somebody, just smile at them. It don't cost you a dime to do that. No matter where you may be, you can be walking, you can be on public transportation. Tell somebody, you know what, I don't want anything. I just want to tell you that I love you and I mean it from my heart. That there will help shape humanity and create a flair for safety. Now, before we leave, I'm just hearing this. Robert does this a lot when he ministers. Hopefully you all can see me. He sings a song, Victory is Mine. I just feel it in my spirit because, like, a lot of times people can feel defeated. And I just want to assure you that no matter what you may be facing today or in life,